taking care of minority families. And so it's real exciting. We have a program that we think is second to none because nobody is excluded. We're already aware that there will be babies, and we have one of our very staunch supporters has been a gentleman in the black community who's 104 years old, who has been not only financially supportive but intends to be there in person. And so we're real excited that not only are there individuals who have not had the opportunity to do a lot of formal schooling, who perhaps are on fixed incomes involved, along with the professional community, both in black and white Nashville.
Very good. Reverend, excuse me, Reverend Robertson, to bring you closer in with us here, in terms of community involvement, exactly what is your responsibility in the Center for Black Family Life?
I'm very excited about the concept of the center, of course. One of the things we're trying to do is to involve the greater black Nashville-Davidson County community in issues which do involve not only our children, our teenagers, but also our parents in strengthening the black family. Obviously, as a pastor of a church that ministers predominantly to a black neighborhood in East Nashville, I'm particularly concerned about the trends that we see in our families, in our marriages, in our children, some of which Ms. Shaw has mentioned. As a pastor, and then also as a physician who can sit on the other side of the desk and see some of the manifestations of these negative behaviors, particularly alcohol and drug abuse, in our people, I was particularly concerned about becoming involved with an organization that would choose to focus on not studying, not having an academic interest in the problems of the black family, not in presenting ourselves for the purposes of the media primarily, to be up front and to be seen but not heard, to be hearers but not doers, but to be involved with an organization that would be specifically designed to begin to address, and not only us doing for you, but ourselves working for ourselves. And this really is what the Center for Black Family Life is all about. As a pastor, I hope that we will encourage other black churches throughout the city to demonstrate their interest in a variety of ways. The conference is going to be an ideal opportunity for persons in the community, individuals, families, churches again, other community organizations that are concerned about our community to come out and to begin to say, yes, I'm concerned, and I want to be involved. I want to be visible. I want to be present. I want to share my resources for the benefit of the black family. And I'm one of the representatives, and one of the many representatives, as Mrs. Shaw has mentioned, of the community who want to make this statement and who want to be involved. And I'm proud to be an executive board member and a charter member of the center, and I trust that this is the beginning of many such programs that are very specific and will be very helpful in addressing and in solving the problems that we know face our communities.
Let us talk about some of the problems that are impacting up on the black family today. First of all, let's talk about the makeup of the black family. Some people talk about a traditional black family and a non-traditional family, but I understand that the majority of our families are now headed by women. Is that a correct assessment?
I think when you talk about the makeup of the black family, you have to look at the black family from a black perspective, else you begin to call pathological what is indeed not pathological, but what has been a strength of black family. If you're looking for a mom and dad, 2 kids, a dog and a cat, you may err gravely in understanding what the black family is all about. The black family is about relationships. They often include fathers. Sometimes they just include mothers. They include children. They include grandmothers. They include cousins. They include aunts. They include the local church members, and they include a variety of people who are not blood kin. And unless you understand that, and unless you understand the close-knit between all of those individuals, you misrepresent what the black family is. So I am very concerned that so often people have taken the majority definition and tried to apply it to a culture where it does not fit. Our families are very broad-based relationship phenomenons. And unless you understand that, you begin to make our children feel like it's something wrong with the structures out of which they come, when that is in fact an error. They come from very supportive environments that include a lot of people that make it work. And it's very important that they understand that and are happy about that. And it's very important that society understands that, so that it does not make a child feel like they have less than an adequate family life because they don't have the kinds of things that are, quote, considered standard in this particular
That's very
culture.
good information, because I think that there is a tendency today for us to compare the black family with the white family, and in too many instances the black family do come up on the short end of the stick.
Well, they both have wonderful families.
Right.
They're just different.
Different
We're not
structures.
saying one is superior to the other.
Very good.
But unless we can understand that different does not mean negative. It does not mean bad. Different simply means not the same, not bad.
One of the things that has distressed me significantly is that the media does seem to give the impression, I think we're under the misconception, that there are no quote-unquote classic nuclear families in the black community as well. And one of the things that I, as a pastor, am particularly concerned about is preserving even that classic image of the two-parent household family, and in strengthening the marriage, and in strengthening the image of that father in that household with those children, and making those children even realize that there are families, even within our black community, that do fit even the majority definition of family. And so often, I think, we forget ourselves that that family unit does indeed exist, and even in the most classic majority culture definition. And I just like to always put a plug in that there are families like our families that also have husbands and wives and children living together.
Very good. Doctor, we're going to have to break for a Black Pulse profile, and we'll talk about some other issues concerning the black family after this break. Welcome back. We're talking to Ms. Sharon Shaw, who is the president of the Nashville Center for Black Family Life, and Reverend Dr. Kenneth Robinson, who is the pastor of Payne Chapel AME Church. Before we had our break for Black Pulse Profile, we were talking about some of the issues that impact upon the black family. And I'd like to say something about education. What impact has for example, the high number of high school dropouts that we have within the black community, what impact has that had upon the black family?
Well, of course, as you might imagine, that has a profound effect in this society upon any family. If young people don't stay in school, their opportunities to advance economically are severely lessened. And so we are very concerned about that. We're also concerned about education for those who stay in school. We're concerned about the quality of education for those youngsters. Often we find that our children are not pushed to perform at the level that they're capable. Often we find that they are not taught in using methods and using opportunities that are relevant to them and to their family structure.